Hey everyone, welcome back to Small Slow Dungeon. I think we're going to start off with one more solid attempt at boss rush. I think this is going to be our best one yet. We can go ahead and make the cleansing wand. We also have our platinum armor. And we'll probably check out the plating system. See if we can get withering up to 90%, I think is the cap. And then we'll just see how far we can finally get in boss rush. So I'm going to fix up equipment. We can go ahead and get rid of these dark amulets. We can go ahead and get rid of these dark amulets now that we have the cleansing wand, and probably just figure out what else we can sort of sub in. So this is probably what our equipment's going to like for a while. The only one we'd swap out is this Jade Talisman for another Malachite Talisman because it has the Withering. Other than that, still running the Dark Amulet mainly on the Nurse because they're obviously the one that cleanses, so if they freeze out, get stoned, they're out of play and we don't want that, so they definitely need the Dark Amulet. Almost be worth running it on someone with 2 slots so we could also use the Sleep Charm. But I think that'll do for now. Some Mammoth Shields just for the extra credits. It's not as optimal, but it'll do. We'll probably just chuck Withering on everything. So right now it's only at, where is it? Oh, it's at 58%. So if the cap's 90, how much is it per item? The glass water or the cleansing one will do 1%. 1% per item, and it's weapons and shields, so it'll be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 18% plus 64, so we're at 82. Not quite max, but definitely going to be helpful. Let's check it out. So you select and you just click plate. Is that all there is to? Ooh, there's an animate. Okay. Does it? Oh, it changes the pattern, sort of. That's interesting. This one kind of looks Christmassy, like it's wrapped up. But, oh, so there could be some interesting ones. What would look nice? Let's try gold. Gold's probably the only thing we'd ever put on the Midas sword. Just get more gold. That one's not too bad. Interesting. So it just sort of wraps it in. Well, this one is square still. This one looks like it's more rectangular. Anyway, back to Withering. So on the 2 glass wardens. And yes, there's also a cap. I need to remember that. So that's the 2 of them. Would be 4 of these. The power shields. Should hopefully auto do the ones equipped, because there is an excess. We definitely want the radioactive suit for the actual dungeon. Probably want the radioactive suit on the Carpenter as well, just to up his damage. But we'll stick with just utilizing what we're doing. Would be good though, the 14% attack and the 14 booster stats would really improve his damage. But this looks good to me. Pet-wise, what are we using? We're using the mosquito still for physical damage. I think that should be fine. Still torn up between whether or not to use the rock for the damage reduction or physical damage. Whether or not the Good Lord is the issue or slight damage because we don't have the Dark Lord to outspeed some of the bosses. Either way. And this, and we'll give it a go. What's our Withering? Our Withering is 73. Did I miscount something? Ah, I forgot 4 weapons. That's only 4%, so I did miscount something. We're now at 76. 76. I just did 4 items, did I not? No, because of the cleansing one. Is there anything we could sort of improve on? Don't know where else we could get Withering. From a shield, maybe, if there's any, but not that I've unlocked. Oh well. We'll give this a go. Withering seems pretty high. Be good. So I have the floor counter now, so we can see how many floors per hour. Helping us, yeah, slow down once the animations start happening. 8,000. 9. 7, maybe around 5,000 is going to clock out. The Good Lord's actually going to really slow it down. and then the last guy because he has the 2 phases. But anyway, we'll leave it like this, and we'll see how far we get. There has to be some sort of way to one-shot the Good Lord. Either way, this setup works for now. 5,000. After this guy should be a more accurate count, because it should still be the same number of hits on everyone. 4,000. Well, 15,000 is my PB. Probably gets a 20,000. It really depends on how much the Good Lord scales, because once he sort of falls out of the Carpenter range, is when we run into trouble. Hopefully it'll be fine. It might have taken me all day, if you can do the math, but definitely a new PB. So almost to 50,000. The credits, just enormous amount of credits, and we can even check what did us in. So I'm pretty sure it'll be the Good Lord. Vacation. Oh, Vacation Lord. Okay, so our mark system and healing was picked apart by the Lord of Light, meaning that the then Mystic couldn't one-shot the Vacation Lord. So yeah, so the big hang-up is still that Good Lord, as I keep referring to him. So we definitely need to find a way to sort of boost our damage enough to one-shot him, and then we should be able to go infinite. Other than that, definitely a very decent run. Ooh. This timer though, the animations, I wish there was a way to speed up. I kind of want to try and sub in the Tavern Keeper? Innkeeper? Tavern Inn guy? Because he's meant to double the magic clock, so I want to see what he does to the number, if he improves it by a lot. Because yeah, it did take quite a few hours. But anyway, probably crack on to the Primal Lands. I've been told there's some good goodies in there that I need to get. Right, so should definitely figure out plating and equipment-wise. What exactly is our comp? So I've been using this comp, the distance. I've got some of the relic stuff on. The Dark Lord. Alright. I'm just gonna suicide. So I want to do some testing first of it. That's good. So he does 16.2. So that's a good benchmark. So I want to disable his group attack and see exactly what the difference in damage is. We'll hire this back, but we'll fire everyone else. It's just the Dark Lord with the exact same equipment. And so to script. So instead of greater than 3, strongest single target. Oh, that's curious to me. So that counts as his strongest single target then. We'll change it to default. So I just want to see the damage difference. And make sure his script is set. Should definitely be set. But yeah, there's the only one now. So 16.2 becomes 2.7 without the group. Okay, so the group definitely matters a lot. I also don't know what's causing him to use the ability. Alright, because that parameter is set to... What was it? So in this one, I changed, yeah, Team Alive greater than 3. That was not... I want to change is an or to strongest single target. Okay, take 2. 5.4 is his single target damage. So you definitely always want to use Shadow Slicer. We only have to then watch equipment. Well, we're not really using the Ozian armor anymore anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Only matters... There's one thing I noticed in the boss rush is For instance, the Mystics were still using their magic attack, and it was throwing off the mana pool. But I mean, we lost to the Good Lord, so that's definitely the issue. Strongest attack, strongest single target attack, and go back to, I guess, strongest attack, I guess. Should be fine. The cleansing one definitely really helps. The other thing I want to really just test is the actual Glass Warden. So, we're pretty sure it's magic, as pointed out to me in the comments, because obviously the Mystic has magic attack, whereas someone like the Huntress, I think, has innate physical. It's kind of hard to tell, because obviously we have all the relics. I wish there was a way to sort of just disable them and redo it. I guess the only really way is boss rush. So, but there's the 2 hour, so I do one test with and then one test without. Yeah, let me give it some thought. So this is the best way I can think to do it. We've got our first Mystic with just the Glass Warden, and our second Mystic with as much magic damage increase as we can. I'm going to do it manually, if I'm quick enough. Oh. Okay, so they use recharge, that's fine. So this is the one with all the buffs. It's doing roughly... It overkilled. Okay, the one without any buffs. Should have done all the ghosts since it's the right thing. So, definitely seems like it's magic. Which means I've been underutilizing it. So I've been thinking it's physical that's been buffing it. But that means I could deal with the Good Lord if I stack the right stuff. Also would make progression better as well, because I know how to gear up the Mystic. Let's pick one. I should just continue. I'm just trying to get out of this. Yeah, cool. So yeah, we'll fix up the boss rush comp. We won't run it, because I'm not going to leave it for a day again. But I just want to set it up so it's correct. So here where we've got the Platinum Armor, we want to swap to the Magnificent Robe. And it also means we could probably get away with one Myst... No, I'm still going to run 2 Mystics because of running out of mana. So I want to definitely make sure that they can always use the Glass Warden. So we're still leaving the gems, we're still leaving the regen. All we're doing is swapping the Platinum Armor, and hopefully I can make another one, to the Magnificent Robe, and I can go ahead and level them up and probably just chuck Withering on them. And it boosts magic damage, great! Second one. So you can have Magnificent Robe, you can have the Magnificent Robe, and we should plate it. We're running our slots. We're almost already halfway. Yeah. Withering. And Withering. Right. So this is still probably going to be the most optimum boss rush comp. You could probably swap out the Huntress gem. Because essentially the way it works is the nurse always prioritizes cleanse. And there is a group cleanse, which I want to see how you get. It's probably off a certain weapon. But yeah, so the nurse will cleanse anyone who's been stunned or anything. Then mark, mainly for mana regen, the first Mystic. And these 2 Mystics will alternate as they run out of mana. And then the Carpenter's was just to clean up. I am curious, and probably will quickly do it. Save the comp. Because if they can one-shot the Good Lord now, that means we can swap out the Carpenter, probably the Tavern. Oh no. I got it right this time. And that way, hopefully it speeds up. But this also should cut down time if it's not going through both animations on the Good Lord. Give it a go. Oh, one other change then. That means you want the Berry, Cassiel, because it's magic boost. So thank you very much to the person who connected the dots and made me look into it further. Otherwise I would have kept thinking it's physical, and I would have never gotten to hopefully one-shotting the Good Lord. So, let's see. Heal time 70 or 80 is the Good Lord. 21, 31, so it does seem like pretty much overkill. But again, that's probably still because of the mark. Cleansing one, stun, it's great. $159. Yeah, it doesn't seem too high. Also, their HP is what worries me now. Because everyone else is in the 600s. So as soon as... I mean, the main one was the Fluster Storm girl. One shot. Oh my god, that's so good. That means we can the counter. Yeah, the only worry is the one that does the Fluster Storm, where it turns around. But I'm pretty sure it always attacks the left-hand side, so they're fine. But we can sub out the counter. So you can get lost. And probably the Tavern Owner. Can't think of any other utility I want. Yeah, still with the Withering though. Where's the Wizard Sword? It is maxed, yeah. You can only plate maxed things. Mammoth Shield, Platinum Armor, and I guess just Withering. So yeah, so the big thing is just building more of these Malachite Talismans. We can fit one more, two more, which would put us from 76 to 86. It's 5%? Yeah. So 86. Is the cap 90 or 99? Either way. Boss Rush should be golden now. Pretty sure close to infinite. So definitely Magnificent Robe is all you need. And definitely run the 2 so they don't run out of mana. Anyway, on to the Primal Lands then. So we can bin you. And go back to try and figure out this comp. So the Dark Lord with Shadow Slice is still best off. We can give him 2 of these talismans though. The only question is, can we pump, say, a Huntress with the right armor and gems to be stronger than the Dark Lord? I mean, the Dark Lord is still necessary for the janitors, as everyone's pointed out, but hopefully if we got enough sanity gems, we could sort of just push past it and not worry, because even if we get Delirium in the Primal Lands, well, obviously we shouldn't get Delirium because it has Prevent, so we'd need 6 of them. Only have 2. Give it some thought, and then hopefully we'll take on the Primal Lands. I feel like I had an epiphany. So I cut the Mystic and the Huntress from the party. And essentially we're rolling their job into the Wizard, who will hopefully have enough magic damage to one-shot any bosses that make through the Dark Lord with the Glass Warden. And the main ordering of this comp, so to speak. So the Dark Lord attacks whatever he can't beat, the Blacksmith will taunt, then the Wizard will either foretell or clean up groups, or if it's a boss, we'll use the Glass Warden. So for the Soda Script, we went ahead and changed the Is Or from Pickaxe to Taunt, because at this point, we're going to make use of the Soda Stein trick, so we're never going to use Pickaxe, and we're never going to do manual runs either for Or, we'll just use the credits. As for the Wizard, I've moved Foretell from up the top to down below the Judgment. We'll leave Mark and Recharge for now, obviously for the Boss Rush. I'm tempted to build in the company using Sharpen, because I still think there's something to that. Getting Dark Lord to attack normally against the Janitor maybe with Sharpen might do enough. Weapon-wise, I'm still tempted to change to something else. I'm not sure what we could get the most damage out of, because we have to beat that plus 50% damage. The crit doesn't matter because Shadow Slicer, as far as I'm aware, can't crit. The Tavern Owner is just there for his perks. So I've just chucked on the gold and the essence multiplier. The accessories still iffy on them. But I think this comp has a good chance. The Blacksmith we've stacked up to 87% damage reduction as well. So hopefully you can taunt. I really hope there's some sort of speed trinket. If there's a speed trinket, a lot of things become really doable. So being able to make sure the Blacksmith goes first and taunts, obviously, is a great one. The Wizard being able to, obviously, Glass Warden any Janitor with enough magic damage. That's another thing we'll probably buff. Figure out. It looks like this one, yeah. So So magic damage is something we want to boost, so the Glass Warden is effective. Anything else in particular? Crit. I keep forgetting that this has a max, so I do want to map this out. Cool. 130, halfway there. But yeah, so I think this is the new component. Oh yeah, and I'll put the thief back in for ransacking with highest amount of damage. So he should be our best single target. Even though it's only 1.2 instead of 4. So you could swap in a Carpenter here. Carpenter would do more damage. But hoping Ransack steals enough essence. Really need to watch it. As for plating, I'm not too sure what I want to invest in. I'm tempted just to chuck Withering on everything. It's probably the best way to sort of progress at the moment. Yeah, we'll do that. So we're going to chuck it on the Widowmaker, 1 Leaf Shield, Essence. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Because again, we can undo them, so it's not a huge deal. It's just a waste of rubies, I guess. Ah, I've burnt through my essence. Never mind, we're not doing that. We will just save. We'll call this progress. Pet-wise, probably just want to swap back to damage reduction. Damage reduction or the item find. I don't know how far 8 gets us. We'll use damage reduction because it helps for everyone else, and it should cap out the. Oh, it's raised to 95. Cool. So we are capped out. We over by much. It was, how much was it? Was it 89? So plus 8 is 97. So we're 2 over. So not a big deal. It just means we could probably swap out the trinkets eventually, or the shield. Anyway, we'll see how this comp does. Hopefully, we can get pretty far in Primal Lands. Yeah, but I've also been told you can't auto for any of the items. I think I'm gonna climb back to 4,000. The other thing we need. His damage is quite low, because hopefully we can taunt into the Delirium for now, and then he can't actually take out anyone in the party. Really just need to boost health over damage. So our health is always on top of our damage. That's probably the best way to deal with the Delirium. Anyway, we'll give it a go, make sure everything's saved. We'll start from here, and we'll see how far we go. And then I think, I've been told 4,000 plus, so probably I'll try and grind out 4,000 plus and see if we can find any of the new stuff. Definitely stacking more item find. This is a progress one, so we just might see how far we get. Key settings, back to warps. Let's go. See, make sure everyone's working the way they should. Yes, the Dark Lord does lots of damage. It's really just the Delirium that's holding us back. So hopefully the taunt does the trick. 4 per hour. So for boss rush, you gotta times by 10 to make it equivalent, or divide this by 10. So it is kind of slower. It does have quite a long animation, unfortunately. So he normal attacked on the boss. That's kind of worrisome. I didn't see how much damage it was. 95. So how much damage is your single target? Oh, okay. Maybe I missaw. Anyway, we'll leave it. We'll see how far we get. Hopefully it's a good one this time. It took 4 hours. You know what that means? It means it finished right as I just went to bed, unfortunately. But got to 8,800, and I spy 3 interesting things. So let's take a look. 50% mana increase. Yeah, I was hoping for something a bit more special. Prevents all status effects. Now that's really good. And what's this treasure chest? It's a shield with item find. And it's only level 6, so you maxed out quite a bit. We didn't get any more sandy gems, unfortunately. But it is nice to see our first 2 mythic accessories. And that's going to be a lot of mana on the wizard as well. Crafting wise, don't think we got much. 10, 15 malachite. Yeah, it was mainly, well, we can make a few more of these little claws. 26, yeah, we can only make 1, unfortunately. Can't even make the really good one either yet, only 1. So, or or find. And doing mine runs seems to be what we need to sort of accomplish. But yeah, I guess the next step is unlock the janitor and grind out all the little mythic accessories. Assume if we can find one, we can see where they all are. At the very bottom, yeah, so there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4 other ones. Granted, there's probably more before as well. So probably doing item find runs from now on instead of progression, and then once we get everything unlocked we can really just start to push. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, see ya.